Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back again with another cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be talking about Uniswap, which is of course the biggest decentralized exchange in the cryptocurrency space, and I think it's at a very interesting price level as we're seeing it bounce here. We have indeed incurred a massive drop. As with the rest of the crypto market, it is still down 85% from its previous all-time high, which was right around $45. However, we now need to look at the potential upside that we have ahead of us due to such a big pullback, which is an over 500%, almost 600% move just back to the all-time high. If we're able to go higher on the next bull run, let's say $75 to $100, which I think is absolutely possible, then we are indeed looking at an over 1000% gain on what is the biggest decentralized exchange and probably one of the most AAA brand name DeFi protocols in the entire crypto space, right? And this can be seen on DeFi Llama here. If we look across all chains, Uniswap is the fourth biggest DeFi protocol by total value locked, currently right below $5 billion in TVL. And if we go ahead and look on the Ethereum chain, it is top 5 as well. So this is a mainstay decentralized exchange in the crypto space. It is integrated already with multiple chains as well. And what is even more interesting now is a mix of fundamentals and technicals that are perfectly aligning. If we look at what happened here more recently, you can see that we have been forming a inverse head and shoulders pattern. Not only that, good thing you're watching this video today, because if you look, we actually broke above the neckline. So we're in a full-on breakout. We're also breaking out above the blue 100-day moving average, and we're breaking out on very high volume as well. In fact, we've been seeing a lot of volume come back in to Uniswap in the last few days, but even here in the last 2 days, right, huge green buying volume. With this breakout confirming the move higher, we could very quickly make a run for $9 before seeing any type of resistance here. But that is just the beginning, right? Because what is ahead of us is this potentially, and I'm quite confident that we're going to see that play out in the next few months. Also, another little bit of bullish signals is if we look back during its initial launch period here, which, by the way, I should mention that we bottomed out at very similar prices, let's call it around $4, which basically was kind of the levels that we were at back when Uniswap initially launched. And we need to remember the amount of total value locked Uniswap has as a protocol since it launched, right? Is it realistic for Uniswap to be back at its previous levels when we are now at over $5 billion in TVL, right? Back then, we were barely at $100 million in TVL. So huge discrepancies here. And on top of that, right, if we look at the actual bottoming pattern after its initial launch, right, we had a spike, but then we pulled back, and guess what? We have a very similar pattern here, right? Some type of bottoming, you know, you might call this one a little bit more V-shaped, but it's overall a very similar pattern as we have back here, right? So I think this might be an absolute repeat ahead to follow. So very bullish on this in terms of the technicals. And what's even better, right, is when the technicals perfectly fall in line and match the fundamentals. And when I say fundamentals, I'm talking about things like this. So DeFi blue chip tokens, Aave, Uniswap curve, all the mainstay DeFi tokens are skyrocketing. We have Robinhood, which literally, this was a complete coincidence, but they listed Uniswap today. And you can see if you go to Robinhood, literally, this is not a joke. They listed this today, so this is pretty big news. I personally like to buy my coins on Binance, and of course I'll leave a link to Binance in the description below. That's the exchange with the most volume, so you typically get the best prices. But with that being said, Uniswap is currently on a very big bounce today, so be careful, right? I wanted to buy Uniswap at some of the lower levels, and now I'm waiting to see, can we get a slight pullback? We might not see a pullback just yet, right? We're in a full-on breakout right now, so we do need to be realistic here. But moving on towards more fundamentals, this is a post made by Arthur Hayes, founder of BitMEX, very smart guy in the crypto space, and he basically made an article about, you know, coins that were being undervalued during this market drop. And he specifically mentioned decentralized exchanges, right? Things like SushiSwap, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, etc. Now, the thing that's interesting with Uniswap is that it has still massive users and volume that's being traded on it, right? And compared to many other protocols. Now, in terms of some specific ratios and stats, its PS ratio is looking very good. The reason why this is key is because as Arthur Hayes thinks, I agree with this, Uniswap fully distributes fees to liquidity providers. However, he's expecting, and I am too, that in sometime in the future, token holders will vote for a portion of the fees earned to be distributed for themselves. So that means that if you own the token, you literally own a percent of the fees that are being generated on the platform. And let's keep in mind, right, that Uniswap is a platform that has generated over $1 trillion in total volume traded, right? This is absolutely insane, and something that you're not really going to see in many other protocols. So $1 trillion, this is just as of right now, right? It's ever growing, as you can see. And if we look, monthly trading volume since launch, look at what happened, right? Even in this so-called bear market, you can see that it hasn't dropped off that much. In fact, even just the last few months, we were very stable. So there is an over amount of fear that creeped in to sink the price, when in fact, fundamentally, look at the daily trading volume in the past. You can't even tell that there was a bear market that hit, right? It's been very steady, regularly over $1 billion a day. So, you can do the math on the fees on that, but this is a really big deal. And on top of that, its actual PS ratios, etc., are very strong. So this is something that can be seen as extremely bullish, and also a rare opportunity, in my opinion. And people are starting to see this right now, right? It's getting the big exchange listings. People are noticing the fundamentals, and because of that, right, we very sharply now have already bounced from our bottom that we put in here more recently, a massive 105%, folks. So yes, we already bounced 105%, but look at what's ahead, right? This is what I'm talking about. So right now we have already started to bounce, and in fact, some people might be, oh, I already missed the opportunity, I already bounced 100%. If anything, I think that a very strong bounce off the bottom like this is actually a very good sign, right? That means that people are really seeing the value in Uniswap and are rebuying the token. And for that reason, yes, it did bounce strongly, but it also is a vote of confidence that it is going to survive this bear market. In fact, it's probably going to thrive in the future. Please also remember that Uniswap is a coin that trades in line and also trades more strongly both to the upside but also to the downside, so be careful. But with Ethereum, right, since it is an ERC20 token, it's heavily based on the Ethereum network. Okay, as Ethereum bounces, as Ethereum recovers to higher prices, look at what's happening to Uniswap. Okay, Uniswap is outperforming Ethereum, and we're going to show you this on the charts as well. But right now, Uniswap is actually one of the best performing protocols in the top 100, right? If we look at the last 7 days alone, up 27%. Now, if we go over here, I'm on the Uniswap to USD chart. I want to move over to the Uniswap to ETH chart, and we're going to show you why. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, what you're going to see is during the bull markets, right, over here, for example, so we can go ahead and literally compare the dates with back here. You know what? We're even going to make this more accurate, going over towards Ethereum. And let's look at what happened, right, during the bull market. So let's take, for example, May 2021. Let's see how Uniswap was acting. So May of 2021, as you can see, if we look even a little bit before that, compared to Ethereum, right? So Ethereum, let's look back. Let's look back in, January, February, March, right? Look at what Ethereum was doing, right? It was heavily increasing towards higher highs. Okay. This was this spike right here. Now, Ethereum did absolutely amazing, right? Over a 3x right there. Now, look at what Uniswap did. So here we're comparing Uniswap to the Ethereum instead of the US dollar, and it heavily outperformed all throughout this pump Ethereum, right? Meaning that it outperformed Ethereum throughout the bull market. Yes, it did fall after, but look at what's happening here again, right? You might have missed that. So it's easy to look at the drop, but look at what's happening, right? We got a massive breakout with enormous buying volume right here on the Uniswap to Ethereum chart, and all moving averages are now moving towards the upside, okay, which is an extremely bullish signal. And we have expanding Bollinger Bands as well. And we also got the crossover here, 50-day moving average crossing above the 200-day moving average, and it already crossed above the 100-day moving average previously. This is a huge bullish sign. We fully got the breakout. In fact, this makes me even more bullish on the Uniswap to USD chart, which we're talking about. You know, the breakout is barely beginning here. Uniswap already started to bottom and break out compared to Ethereum already about a few weeks back, right? Now we're starting to see it play out on the USD chart. So there's still a lot of catching up to do here. I think this is absolutely going to fly back, no problem, back to $50 plus within the next few months. And you know, the long-term bullish outlook for Uniswap is terrific, right? If we're looking out about a year or two, we could see $100, $150 Uniswap prices pretty easily, in my opinion. So that is about it for this video. I think I gave a very good overview of Uniswap and its current price position. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency updates, and also check out my technical analysis master course. Like I said, you can find all of these links in the description of my video. And of course, if you're interested in buying or investing in Uniswap, I'll leave a link to Binance in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. I'll see you next time.